So, as the group begins making their way towards the castle, it's gonna take you a couple minutes to get there as y'all all begin walking down the dirt road heading forward. And as y'all are moving down the dirt road, you can see uh, a lot of people coming out of the village, and see some of them are like running towards the castle gates, and even some people on horseback just galloping towards the castle gate as well. And you're hearing like a rather not even whispers, but mainly talking of like what sounds like excitement of, and like, come on, hurry! The Empress is holding an audience. Quickly, come on! And just like people are running towards the castle gate, just making a beeline to there.
What that's about?
I can't imagine, but I don't think we're going to want to miss it.
As y'all keep on going forward, you then, Akora, you're the first one to hear your dragon, who enters your mind and goes, Akora, something is wrong. And I can confirm one thing. This this presence I'm feeling, this is not the creator. This is something that's irritating my instincts. And not much can do that. At least to this degree.
Do you have an idea what it could be?
It feels like a pressure is cornering me. My fight or flight responses is kicking in. And this pressure is suffocating.
It's coming from the castle, then.
Yes, it wasn't there before. So, I don't know what it is.
Relay that to the rest of the party. Valerian senses something odd about what's upcoming. Says it doesn't feel right.
Ingress, are you in the same state of mind?
You feel Egris's presence enters your mind and goes, what my brother says is true. There is something here, and it's very irritating right now.
Great.
Okay.
I'll relay that Eagers said the same thing.
Okay. Well, the party continues moving forward until you all make your way to the castle after a couple minutes of just pondering these statements. And as you approach the castle gate, you're already seeing a large crowd of people on the outside, and you see some of them are going like, ooh, 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 pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me, allow us in, allow my family, or at least my son to enter, please, please. And you're seeing some guards, like a row of guards are outside the castle gates, basically like pushing everybody back, and nobody has drawn their weapons, but they're ushering people to go back and like give them space. And you're seeing the guards in what looks to be black standard armor, like black plate mail, and lots of them are wearing black steel helmets to cover their face. And you see all of them are like ushering people back, and among the line, you're seeing one person who's wearing similar black plated armor, but he's not wearing a helmet. He's in fact showing up that he appears to be a half orc with dark green skin, a little two tusks that are popping out from his lower jaw, going over a full black beard and some black hair that seems to be tied up in a very tight pony or top knot, like very tight bun right there. Shaved sides and very, very blue eyes that seem to be piercing out at the crowd. And you see that he is also, he has like a scar on his the right side of his cheek. And he's looking at the crowd and going, all right, calm down, calm on down. Everyone, please calm down. You know, if you have already attended the last one, you cannot attend this one. It's only fair for everybody else to get the chance to attend one of these audiences. So please back up and let anybody who hasn't attended, please step forward now. Please back up, sir. I see you. Go back. And you see like a man on the other side just, oh man, turned around and starts walking away. And you just see him like basically like conducting traffic, and he's like looking around and going, Greg, I know you attended the last one. Get back. Go back. And go back. Susan, oh, it's been so long. You're not going to tempt me with another apple pie. Turn around. Go back. Go back. Like, you see he's very much in a lighthearted mood. Like, he's very, like, jovial with the crowd, like, with the audience. Like, he's very, seemed very personal with a lot of the townsfolk. But he's like still trying to keep people back.
Wait, didn't we just come back from the castle?
I don't think so.
I'm so confused where we were.
No,
this town?
Y'all came back from, y'all went from the castle straight to the entrance.
Okay, so we went back. Okay.
Yeah, so y'all went back to the castle. And you're seeing a lot of people are like getting turned away, and some people are like, oh man, and walking away. And then you see the half orc, seemingly leader of this small band of guards, is like looking around, and you see he's like letting one person in, and he points out a child, looks to be a small half elven child, like very, very young, and going like, oh, you haven't attended the last one. Do you want to come in? And you see the child is all like, oh, okay, sure, yes, I would like to attend. You're like, okay, good, but you need to have your mom or dad or whoever your guardian is to come with. So, are they here? And he's like, yeah, he's over there. And points over, and you see the mom. You see a mom comes out and looks over and looks at the half elven child, and goes like, oh my god, there you are, and like runs over to her and grabs her and goes like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. The crowd separated. I'm so sorry. We'll go ahead and turn away. And you see the half orc going, oh no. Please, come in. Come in. Y'all can attend. Y'all weren't there last time. And lets the mom and the child through. And then you see the guard, the half orc is scanning through the crowd, and then locks eyes with every single one of y'all, like y'all's group, and you see kind of studying y'all for a moment and just goes,
I wave at him.
ah, new faces. And at the term of new faces, everybody like immediately turns and looks at y'all and goes, yes, yes. Y'all are new, so y'all didn't attend last time. And you see he kind of focuses on Maze. I believe your name was Maze. Is that right? I apologize if that's not the right one.
No, you got it.
Nailed it. Alright, yes, yes. Y'all haven't attended the last one. Okay. Yeah, we can let y'all in if y'all would like.
I'm very curious, so I want to go.
What exactly?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, well, what exactly is this?
That's the last public execution.
And like, come on, kids, let's get them.
I'm just gonna start walking forward.
Yeah, I'm gonna like put my hand on Akora's arm and then kind of like ask the guard, what exactly is going on?
Ah, yes, right. Y'all haven't. Y'all are new, so y'all wouldn't. No, I do apologize for that. The Empress is holding an audience. Basically, in our terms here at the Black Order, an audience is a special event where the Empress is gonna be seated in the throne room and will be taking any kind of requests, offerings, or complaints. Quests in general, or just general, like general politics. That's gonna be open to the public, so everybody can see what goes on in the Black Order's base in the day to day. And but to be fair, because we want to make sure everybody has at least a chance to attend, because space is rather limited. We make sure that people who have already attended the last one, they can't attend this one. So since y'all are new faces, y'all are allowed inside to attend.
That sounds fun.
I mean, I am interested, but do you want to enter with my goodness. I always forget the names of the dragons. Oh, we want to enter with the two
Valeria and Egris.
Yeah, with Valeria and Egris feeling off.
I'm gonna ask Egris. No, Valeria. What do you think? Should we just go away?
You get silence for like a good 5 seconds, but it seems like a very long 5 seconds until you hear Valerian's voice just goes, my instincts are telling me to either run away or confront whatever this thing is. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious on what could be messing with my instinct this much.
And let's go check it out.
As you say, Akora, you are the driver.
Valerian says we should check it out, but just try and keep. We should probably try and keep ourselves in check.
All right.
Valerian?
Yeah.
Um,
What?
We can explain that later.
Yeah. We'll explain
If
that.
you'd
later.
like to-
Right.
Yes.
Are we sure that we all want to get involved with the goings on of this place again? Far be it from me to get involved with anything political, especially when it's not
Get away.
within my bounds.
Well,
I'm just here to.
That's,
I'm just here to observe, honestly.
yeah. I don't see any reason why
listen.
we can't watch. But I suppose Maze. What do you think?
I Truth be told, I think we just need to do it. At least we need allies. We're gonna have to be involved with the goings on here. It's the only real option we have right now.
Alright.
And should we do it strategically then, in a way that some of us attend this one, and if another one happens further on down the line, then
That would take
some
me
of
too
us.
long. Bailey, go away.
I mean, that's not a bad idea. Just have some people sit out that can go to another one should there be one.
One of you wants to slip in unnoticed. I can help with that.
There's
I
a
don't
guard
think we want
right
to fight
there.
that.
Like, they're watching us.
You see
have
the
this
guard.
conversation.
The guard just nodding, just like you can attempt it, sure.
Please stop.
Well, I don't mind sitting out for this one.
I would like to go in. I'm gonna start walking towards it.
Right.
I think it's probably best that I.
I don't know. Kind of move away and let the others pass.
Down.
Mm,
Stay
yeah.
with mom. Just stay
I'm gonna
with mom.
grab Otis. I'm just gonna grab Otis.
Yeah, Otis should stay with mom.
Just bring him with me.
I'll meet you up the road then. Guys,
It's alright.
Romeo, what about you?
I'm going in just to listen to what everyone's saying.
Okay.
Not for important stuff, just gossip, basically.
Of course, of course.
Fair.
for the teeth, mate.
What else? What other reason do you have?
Yes,
to go?
exactly.
Of course.
No, she doesn't give a fuck about politics.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Maze, what about you?
May's plan on going in.
Okay. So it is Maze, Agora, and Romeo who went in, and Finway and Otis have decided to sit this one out.
And dog.
And Dog, especially Dog.
Yeah.
Ashley dog. Yes.
Okay. So as the group splits up, you see the guard just nods his head and goes like, "Oh yeah, that's perfectly by all means, go ahead," and allows the three of you to pass. And Otis and when you watch as the three begin to slowly enter the castle, and you see that a lot more people are kind of like gathering around, and a lot of them are just shouting out and going like, "Oh, can I go? Can I go? I wasn't there the last time." And then you hear the half-orc and goes like, "Steven? Yes, you were. We sat next to each other." Oh, right. Sorry. And just turns around. As for the three who went into the castle, as y'all are going into the castle and moving through the hallways, you see that there is we're seeing the guards that are covering certain hallways, like basically guiding y'all to the right path. And as y'all get closer and closer to the throne room, you see the path begins to split, one to the left and one to the right. And as it splits, you see that going to the right, you catch a glance of Marie, the pale white elf, who seems to be going to the right, along with the familiar black cloaked ranger or rogue looking individual, Aragon, who begins walking by Marie. And Marie kind of looks over, gives y'all a smile, and nods before continuing forward. To the left side, you see the familiar Zeke, the black-scaled kobold, who seems to just be walking next to what looks to be Elaine, who is the black-armored cleric woman with the long blonde hair. And they both just don't really acknowledge it. They keep on walking to the left. And so which way do y'all want to go?
I want to try and get to like what looks like the best spot to be able to take in the most of what's happening. At the forefront of what's happening, I should say.
Just to clarify, it's mainly y'all haven't entered on the throne room yet. It's basically like on the outside of the throne room, but you see two paths are seem to be circling where the throne room is. So, because you see the two large double doors are being guarded by the black armored individual who is not letting anybody into the door right now. But you see mainly people are trailing to either left or the right side.
Does it seem like there's like any sort of pattern to it?
I'll say make me an insight check. Let's see, you working now? Yeah, you working. Okay, 19. So you're observing who goes where, and one thing you do pick out is you're noticing that mainly there seems to be like higher standing people that seem to be more well dressed are going to the right side, while it looks like people who are more average dressed seem to be going to the left side.
Well, I'm a half-naked lion barbarian, half-naked fucking lion, so I'm gonna go where all the plebs are.
Maze is gonna strut right up to the fancy.
Okay, so Accor's going to the left, Maze is going to the right. Romeo, where are you going?
I'm going with Maze. I want to see what the fancy people are saying.
Okay. So, as y'all split up and begin going your separate ways, Maze and Romeo, y'all quickly notice that y'all are entering it seems to be a very high-standing group of people. You're seeing many people are dressed nicely. They seem to be very, very clean, very expensive jewelry. And another thing you take notice is you do see Marie and Aragon, who are standing there at attention by the doors, and you see both of them are just kind of waiting there. And as soon as y'all look and make eye contact with Marie, she gives a smile, waves at you, Maze, and ushers y'all in.
Okay.
As y'all begin entering the door, you see that it leads to a stairway going up. Not many stairs, but as y'all go up, you enter what seems to be a side door to the throne room. And you see that it appears to be an elevator position. Like kind of like a what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of like a podium, no, not a podium. Like the name is escapes me. It's basically like a booth that theaters would have that would be on the side. But it seems to be a rather larger one to accommodate more people. So as you get up, you see that there is a railing preventing people from falling off the edge. Y'all are about, I would say, 20 feet high. And y'all seem to be overlooking this massive throne room with black stone tiles, a large red carpet that's in the middle and seems to be going to the throne itself. And you see that the throne is high in elevation, about 30 feet elevated. And you see two stair paths that seems to curve upwards before combining and going further up to meet at the throne. And sitting in the singular black stone throne, you're greeted with a weird sight. At least it catches y'all off on guard, because you see sitting in the throne, rather, it looks to be comfortably, you're seeing a large figure of black armor, a red cape, and the black crown helmet covering their face, and it looks like they have big, bulky muscle. Like they are huge, and y'all, at least Maze will recognize this being the figure of the Black Emperor, who is sitting at the throne and just not really moving. It looks like he's like a statue of sorts, as he's just sitting there in the throne. But the weird thing is, the Black Emperor is also there, but appears to be sitting in his lap. The Black Emperor seems to be like a couple feet smaller than the Black Emperor, and it seems to just be lounging like across his lap and just kind of waiting for everything to go by and just relaxing there, like basically putting her butt against his pelvic region and just sitting there and looking at the Black Emperor and just boop him on the helmet. And the Black Emperor doesn't seem to be reacting at all to any of this. And on both sides of the throne, you see what appears to be 4 giant swords that are embedded into the raised platform on either side of the throne. And once y'all reach the top and y'all are overlooking, y'all hear the rather well-dressed individuals are all going like, wow, it's very rare to see both the Black Emperor and the Black Empress here attending this time. Good for them. I'm happy to see them. And I'm happy they're not breaking down a wall again. Yeah, that was rather expensive to fix. But good for them. Good for them. And they're all nodding and their heads and going, And then you see a couple of them looking over at you. And one looks to be a human male wearing a red coat and very expensive jewelry with like just checking dark brown hair that seems to be slicked back and like goes all the way down to the middle of his back, like very long hair, very wavy. And he looks over and goes, "Ah, friends! Hello! I believe I have not made the acquaintance. What, per se, is y'all's name?"
My name is Maze. Hello.
Miss Maze, it is a pleasure to be greeted by your beauty. And what about you, my tiefling friend?
Romeo, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, sir.
Oh, Romeo, the pleasure is all mine. It is a joyous day that I get to be greeted by the sight of 2 breathtaking young women. And please, Miss Elf woman, I mean no offense by calling you young. It's just a term in my culture. I'm sorry. Just making sure my compliment reaches. So I do apologize if that comment may have caused any offense.
Just stop trying a little too hard. Who are you?
Oh, well, I'm just a simple merchant. Don't worry. I'm just a simple merchant that is helping invest in the Black Order. But first, say, you don't need to know my name.
Okay.
Then why did you need to know ours?
Oh, I love meeting new friends and new acquaintances and possibly new customers.
Of course.
But please, we got a audience to observe and watch and make sure everything is on the up and up. That's why the Black Empress and Emperor holds these little meetings, just to show the good people here who have decided to stay with the Black Order what is going on. So it is a pleasure. And you see, as quick as he greeted y'all, he quickly turns away and looks at Marie and goes, "Oh, my lord. Is that Marie? Oh, Marie, you are breathtaking as usual. Please, please. I do have some new raps that we need to go over. And then you hear Marie going, I'm not buying anything else, young Simon. So please, go bug Aragon. And then you see he goes like, Aragon, my friend. I may have some new bows. And you see Aragon go, no, please, no. And you just see Marie just... Meanwhile, Akora, you went to the left side.
Yes.
And as you're going through, you are quickly joined by a couple of people who seem to be... they look more like just the everyday person who seem to be just... Some of them looks to be farmers who just got off their harvest, so they're a little bit dirty, but you see some of them took the time to like put on like a nice coat and everything, like a nice clean coat, well, clean-ish. You see as they're walking down the hallway, they're like quickly trying to dust like all the hay off of them, and some are trying to dust all the grass off of them, and they're like, you gotta make sure I look presentable or the wife is gonna kill me. Then you see Zeke walking with Elaine as they're walking down, and you see Zeke immediately turns towards you and goes, "Ooh, you're here!" And then he just puffs, just like explodes into black smoke before appearing on your shoulders, and like, "It is a pleasure to see you, my friend."
Hello, young Zeke. It's good to see you as well.
Yes, yes, yes. Are you here? I'm assuming you're here to attend the audience.
Yes, I'm very curious.
Yes, yes, yes. These are very, very fascinating because we don't know what could happen. Last time this audience was held, we had some noblemen from the Empire who attended, and, well, he said some rather rude things about, if I remember, I can't remember what he says. But then, at this moment, Elaine began marching a step with y'all. Although, you see, she's kind of like speeding up to match your stride, Akor. And you see Elaine just goes, "The foolish nobleman was disrespecting the good people of the Black Order, saying the common man need to know who their betters are. The Black Empress did not like that and cut him in half."
Oh, sounds like it was deserved.
Very much so. That is a nobleman who has grown fat off of the people that serve him.
I don't like those sorts.
Neither do I. And you see Elaine, during this whole point, she hasn't like looked at you, just looking straight forward, but then immediately turns at this comment and looks at you, looking up, and you see Elaine just goes, "My name is Elaine. It is a pleasure to meet you."
Likewise, Miss Elaine.
Now, we best hurry up, because I do not want to miss any of the action, because I have also heard that someone is presenting a gift to the Black Empress herself.
Ooh, spicy.
We shall see. As the three of y'all walk up and walk forward, you are agreed to the same thing, Akora. As you're walking up the stairs, you come onto the other side where you're about 20 feet high in this little booth, and you're seeing that there's the same familiar black stone throne room, a large red carpet, a 30-foot platform that has the throne, and Zeke you hear Zeke goes, "Oh, well, I guess they're in a good mood now," and you see Zeke points over to the Black Emperor sitting in his chair with the Black Emperor just like lounging across his lap. You see Zeke just nods and goes, "Ah, that's cute. I'm happy that they're happy." Mm-hmm.
That's good. Let's hope it lasts.
Yeah, we can hope.
We can hope.
And as people come filing in, you do also, Cora, take notice that across the throne room, you do, I would say about, kind of be hard to see, roughly about 80 or so feet, like across, you can just make out Maze and Romeo on the other side, who seem to be chatting with with Marie at this time.
Nice.
But this is what you'll see as I bring everybody over. Finwin and Otis, I am gonna put y'all over here, but just know y'all aren't here. So just so you can see what the map looks like. And just to confirm, can everybody see the map?
Yes.
Okay. I got a thumbs up and I got a nod. Lexi?
I said yes.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't hear.
My goodness.
Don't yell at me.
I wasn't yelling.
Yet.
Yes. I could be yelling.
Okay.
Where are the other two?
Walling is a bit weird, but here, I'll get rid of the walls just for right now. Oop, that's not the one I want. Boop, and
There we go.
I'll get rid of the walls just as long as y'all promise not to move forward. Just so y'all can see each other. Okay, so as y'all overlooking the throne room, you're seeing the inside the throne room. Instead of the black armored individuals that y'all saw outside, you're seeing individuals wearing like a very crimson colored plated armor that's covering their bodies. You're seeing two by the door. You're seeing two at the what seems to be one of the first statues coming from the doors, and two by the throne where the Black Emperor and Empress are. And as you're looking around, you see the Empress is still just kind of laying there, just lounging across and looking at the Black Emperor. And Jen goes, you can hear the Black Empress is not being quiet at all. So her voice is projecting a bit. And you can hear her and go, "So, honey, what do you think is going to be so important that we held an audience? I hope the tribute's good, whatever it may be. But, we'll make do with whatever we get." And you just see the Black Emperor just slowly nod. And you see the Black Empress going, "Oh, that's why I love you." And just kind of pat his head, and then turns her attention to the door, which begins opening, and you then see what looks to be, as I move him back, ignore him. You see what looks to be a man in a blue vest with tannish hair, and you see that he is also wearing what looks to be a cloak wrapped around him, and hood down, tannish skin, and you see kind of looking around and going, "Oh, this is amazing." And you see he seems to be clutching what looks like a ball that's like wrapped in like cloth, and he seems to just be clutching it very close to his chest and just like, oh, wow. And you see the Empress and goes, please, you are the first one here. So please, present whatever it is you want to present. And we'll see how this dictates the rest of the audience. And you see the man steps up and goes, of course, of course, of course. And so he kind of approaches closer and goes, I present this. And you see he uncovers the ball. What looks to be a ball of pure gold. Like it's a very unnaturally smooth, round ball. And just holds it up. And you see the Empress goes, ooh, where on earth did you get that? And you see the man goes, I found it in a cave not too far off on the entrance. Yes, there is loads of these in there. And I present it to you, my Empress. And you see the Empress goes, oh, duly noted. We'll send some miners down there to get those resources. Thank you so much. And you see the man just like, okay. Of course, my Empress. It is a pleasure to serve. And you see the Empress goes, and just because you're the first one to discover it, I'll make sure you get, I'll say 20% cut of all the profits we get from it. And you see the man just goes, my Empress, surely a 5% would be more than enough to feed my family. And you see the Empress go, no. You are the first one to discover it, and you're the first one that you're one of the few that exited the safety of the barrier to go adventure. So I must reward initiative like this. So please take care of your family and serve the order even better. And you see the man just goes, of course, my Empress. It will be my honor. Thank you so much, Empress. And you see he jumps up and down and sets the ball down before running out the door. And you see for Maze and Romeo, you hear Marie go, I didn't notice any cave on the outside. That would have been a nice bonus to have. Yeah, well, we'll see where it came from, where it really came from eventually. Simon, and the man that y'all were talking to earlier, or that he was talking to y'all earlier, he perks up and goes, oh, yes, lovely Marie. And have you heard of any cave that produces this weird solid gold ball? And you see Simon goes, well, I know caves that produce gold, large amount of it, but if a gold is not naturally produced like that. So something made it like that. I should talk. Maybe we should mention to the Black Empress we should probably send some escorts, because the possibilities are endless. Who knows? We may have stumbled upon a dragon's nest, and that could be rather troublesome, especially so close to the order. And you see Murray just nods and goes, yes. And you see Murray kind of looks over at you, Maze. Dragons are terrifying, don't you agree, young Maze?
Oh yes, some of the most terrifying creatures.
I'm sure we have enough valuable people to clear things up in case we did stumble upon. But regardless, it shall be fine. And Akora, on your side, you see Zeke, who's still on your shoulders. Akora, it's just kind of, oh, shiny. You think I can take it?
I feel like she'd kick your ass.
Yeah, wouldn't be the first time. She brought me back to life, if that's anything.
I don't want you getting hurt again, little guy.
Oh, thank you. You're a kind cat.
I'm gonna pat him on the head.
Yeah. And the
would have gotten that.
the audience goes on, and more people are coming in and out. Some are presenting tribute, some are issuing complaints about this person stealing this. But the Empress is quick to settle that matter, and it goes on for about 5 minutes until Akora and Maze, you feel that familiar pressure from before comes crashing into you, like to both of y'all, and it's almost overpowering. Like it's almost like pushing y'all to y'all's knees, but y'all still have enough strength to stand tall. As the doors open and you see a cloaked figure steps in, wearing what looks to be a dirty brown cloak that's wrapped tightly around their body, and a hood covering their face, very unnaturally too. Like the hood is like going off the tip, like barely off the top of their head, but their face seems to be still covered in shadows. And you see that step forward. What were you saying, Akor?
To Valerian, I'm gonna say, well, I think we found our man.
Perhaps.
I very carefully put my hand on my sword at the hilted at the. I think it's on my back or is that my shoulder? My hip. I think it's on my hip.
Either way you
put
want
my
it.
hand on- It's gonna be on my hip. I'm just gonna put my hand on it very cautiously, just in case we have to fight something.
I am with you, Akora.
See what happens.
You see the cloak man keeps stepping forward, and it looks like he appears to be limping. Like it looks like he seems to be just dragging his feet across. And you see the Empress, who throughout the whole entire process before seemed to have been paying attention, yes, but didn't seem to have like any kind of enjoyment out of it. But as soon as she sees this individual, you see she kind of perks up and goes, "I don't believe we have met. What brings you to my castle?" And you see the cloak figure just and just lets out a groan. Just and you see the Empress just undead, and tilts her head, and you see the figure grasp onto the cloak and pulls it off, and under revealing what looks to be a dried up husk, like a zombie, and just like an eyeball has fallen out, like very slimy green skin, all of its hair is gone, and just looking up at the Black Empress. And you see all the red armored guards immediately draw their weapons, and you see the Black Empress just holds up her hand, like stopping their movements. And you see this zombie figure slowly opens up their cloak and seems to be reaching in and pulling out what appears to be a large egg. Like the egg seems to be half of this zombie's like body, and just like drops it down to the castle ground and just shakes the entire room. And Akora and Maze, the first words that pop in y'all's head are not your own words, but y'all's respected dragon's voice, and you hear them both go, "That's a dragon egg, but something's wrong." And you see the zombie just takes a step back and like slowly bows their head towards the Empress, and before collapsing into the ground. And you see right away, seemingly unnaturally fast, the Black Emperor seemed to whoosh, just appear in front of the egg, like straight from the throne all the way to the egg in like a split second. And you see the Empress is just, Looking at the egg, it seemed to be covered in dragon scales, but to everybody's eyes, you see that they're shifting colors. Like, depending on where the light is reflecting off of the scales, it seems to be a rainbow of different colors.
Beautiful.
And in response to that, you hear Valerian go, "Impossible."
What?
This shouldn't exist. And Maze, you hear Egress go, "This is impossible. This shouldn't be real."
Are you here to elaborate?
Before he can respond, you hear the Black Empress goes, like stand up after observing the egg, and looks around and goes, "Rejoice, everyone, because I believe this is the first of this history. We have acquired," and you see she begins looking around, and locks eyes with you, Maze, and then locks eyes with you, Akora, and gives a smile and looks back at the egg and places her hand on the egg. And you see she pulls out what appears to be a simple dagger and stabs her hand like on top of the egg. And you see blood is dripping on, like covering the egg. And you see her eyes begin to glow as you see the Empress begins to speak in Draconic. And begins speaking in Draconic. So Akora and Maze, y'all can understand this as you hear her say, "Through my blood and my soul, I ask in the language of the dragons for a bond between you and I. I ask you to bind yourself to my soul and share my life with you. I will care and love you as you will care and love me. Through fire and blood, I ask you for a draconic bond." And as the words leave her mouth, you see the egg begins glowing vibrant colors, and soon bright yellow light begins to shine from the Empress's hand, and the egg begins shaking and cracking as you see the egg seem to shatter into pieces before begins to swirl around in the Black Empress's hand before the light that's enveloping the entire room begins to dim down to show a draconic form with four legs, a long neck, long tail, and wings. You see the dragon has what looks to be a platinum base color scales with platinum body, platinum arms and legs. But you see red spikes are going down its spine, and white scales are on it's covering its underbelly. Black claws and fangs are growing out. Green eyes seem to be tracking everything around, and blue horns that poke up from the front, and at the base seem to be like sharp, like going up before curving backwards, and seem to fuse together at the back of their skull, like it's a ring around their head, but it's made of like hard dragon bone. And you see 3 sets of platinum wings that seem to shine in the sun, in like the firelight that shifts from red to green to blue to white and black. Not too big, seemingly, like seem to be the size of the wyvern, but from snout to tail, this wormling is about 6 feet long and standing about 4 feet in height. and you see the dragon just shakes any remaining shells up and lets out a screech into the air. I need boop. Maze and Akora, I need y'all to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh,
All right.
I'm
This is not
gonna
gonna be
use
good.
my
Chrono Shift.
yeah, there we go. That's the word.
Reroll.
Make sure I can see the resource real quick.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much. Ah! Stop it. Okay. Going done.
Rip.
So as the shriek enters, like the throne room, Agora and Mage, you feel that pressure intensify and hit y'all like a size of an adult dragon. It feels like a giant draconic hand seems to grab your entire like back and just shove y'all to the ground as y'all fall to the ground like face first into where y'all are standing, and y'all try to push yourselves up, but it just feels like intense pressure is slamming against y'all. And Akora and Mage, you hear and the draconic, y'all hear y'all's dragons roar in frustration, and seemingly in response to those roars, you see this platinum covered dragon seems to shoot its head over towards you, Maze, and then shoots its head towards you, Akora. And in both of y'all's head, y'all hear y'all's respective dragon go, "That is a dragon matriarch. They shouldn't exist. What the fuck is going on?" And you suddenly feel Igris and Balerion quickly coming to the surface, like they're about to take over. And Maze, you hear Igris' voice and goes, "Maze, I ask this as a friend. Let me take over."
Just don't do anything crazy.
This whole situation is crazy, Maze. You are not even aware. And Akora, you hear Valerian and goes, "Akora, we have a situation, and I feel like I need to take over for a bit. Do you mind?"
Don't do anything stupid.
"Oh, Cora, I don't think I can, even if I wanted to. That's the type of shit we're in."
I trust you.
So, Cora, you assent. Maze, do you consent?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Romeo, before your eyes, as you're looking down at your new acquaintance, suddenly it just face plants against the platform. You see that their arms basically are setting themselves up to be pushed up, and you see along Maze's body, red scales begin to cover on their body, and you see that their eyes seem to turn a orangish color as they begin, as the pupils begin to slit, and you see basically what seems to be a scaled version of Maze, and you can feel an intense heat just hit your body. It seems to be coming from Maze, as you see now. Maze begins to stand up, but now seemingly a little bit more muscular and have draconic scales like covering most of their bodies, and you see that they're just staring down at the platinum scale dragon.
You were right, Mace.
You see Mace's body turns their head towards you and points their finger at you. And what sounds like Mace's voice, but seems to be layered on top of what seems to be a very deep masculine voice. You hear and they go, "You better start praying." And then looks back at the platinum dragon before just jumps off on the edge. And you look over and you see Akora, the Leonin individual, it seems to have shifted as well, taking an orange scaled coloring, and just does the same thing, jumps off and lands on the ground and making good distance over, and and you see that they both just look over at both Akora and Maze just looks at the platinum dragon, and you see the platinum dragon just staring and just begins trilling and just tilting their heads and just seem to be studying them. And you hear in a draconic language from the platinum scale dragon, and goes, "Dragons, not dragons, but are dragons. What do you do? Are you? Are you a threat? If you're a threat, you have to be subjugated."
I don't want to be subjugated. I don't want to be subjugated.
And at this on time, you see Egris Egris and Valerian. They both just turn on the bodies that they're possessing at each other, and then looks back at the platinum dragon. Maze and Akora, you can feel their intense thinking. Like, you can feel it just run through your mind. And it's running so fast, and it's running so quickly, and you can feel the desperation as well. Like, they are fighting every type of like sentences that they're saying, like, against themselves. Like, they are trying to figure out what's the best way to do this. Like, what's the best next step. And you see that the platinum scaled dragon begins to raise its 3 sets of wings. And you see they begin to glow. They begin to glow white before they turn into, like, on the left side, it seems to be turning a red coloring to match the Maze's draconic scale, and an orange coloring to match Akora's scales. And you see, before anything else can happen, you see both Maze and Akora's body immediately kneel down and, like, basically pushing their heads down, like, showing off their backs. And Romeo, before your eyes, you see draconic wings sprouts out of their back and begin. For Akora, it's not that difficult to sprout out his back, but Maze, for you, it's kind of bursting through your clothes as they're, and you see they both burst out, but immediately flatten.
My drip.
And you hear in both voice and both of their voices go, "We welcome the next matriarch. May the new age of dragons be a blessing to all. Great Mother." And you see the platinum dragon just go, "Dragons. You are dragons. Good. You recognized me as Great Mother. Good. 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 You are my sons now. Be sure to protect. And you see both of them still kneeling, just goes, yes, great mother, we will protect. Before the Platinum Dragon just goes, just let out a, what seemed to be a short squeak before turning to the Black Empress and began nuzzling against them. And the Black Empress begins petting and then looks over at Okora and Maze, who are still kneeling, and then looks around and goes, we will end tonight's audience with this. The Matriarch of Dragons have blessed the Black Order. We will have the support of new dragons to help us with our great goal. Let us rejoice. And thank you all for bearing witness. And then you see the Black Empress, seemingly with unknown strength, lifts up the Platinum Scale Dragon and looks back at the Black Emperor. And you see she gives a very flirty smile. And the Black Emperor finally stands up and looks down. Before you see he begins to turn into black smoke and then disappears. And the Black Empress, you hear the Black Empress just goes, oh, he's just mad he couldn't bond the Matriarch. And you see the Black Empress just begins petting the Platinum Dragon before she as well, along with the Platinum Dragon, begins to turn into black smoke and begins to leave. Okora and Maze, you suddenly feel you are back into your bodies as y'all have reverted back to normal.
Oh,
Holy shit, that was intense.
oh, great.
So we have a new mom now. Cool.
Okora, in your head, you hear Valerian. You can't really hear it, but you can just feel. Well, you can kind of hear it as well. You can feel Valerian is pacing, inside his realm. He is pacing back and forth, and you can just hear his mutters into your mind of him just going, this could be either bad or be very, very good. I don't know. We have the strength to do this. Oh, fuck. This is gonna be bad. But I mean, it's a new age. Oh, fuck. This is gonna be bad. But this is impossible.
You'll be fine.
No, we won't. You don't even know what's coming. Oh, fuck.
And do you?
Yes! I need to talk to my brother. We need to go over this. Oh, fuck. We are screwed. But we could.
Okay.
And
We'll plan it. We'll list out the cons and pros of this when we have the chance. Okay. You're giving me heart palpitations. Stop. Oh my god.
I don't even have a heart, and it's already about to explode.
Oh god.
And Mace, in your head, you hear Igris and go, this is a problem.
I gather that. How big of a problem?
Well, the Dragon Matriarch can also be shortened to just simply,
You say God, aren't you?
no, Matriarch.
Oh.
Yeah.
They were gonna say Tiamat, and I was gonna cry.
It's, yeah. If I was a betting dragon, this could potentially be the same matriarch from those weird visions.
Oh.
We have a lot to go over, Maze. But first, with Valerian's help, I think we can catch everyone up to speed.
Okay.
So, let's gather everyone that's potentially gonna be involved in this mess. Oh, the creator is also gonna want to talk. Great.
Oh, don't tell me we're gonna need his help.
Oh, God, no. He might be asking for our help.
You've never said anything more terrifying. You understand that, right?
The situation calls for it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's get everybody now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Romeo, what's your response to all this madness as you're watching all this unfold?
I'm just like, well, I guess I'll meet him outside. This is like information overload for her. She has no idea what the fuck is happening.
Oh, Fenwin is on the fast track to adopting this one. Oh my god.
Meanwhile, Otis and Finwin are talking about adoption papers. I'll say.
No.
Sorry,
Fenwin's
Cora's
just
also
gushing
going to
about her wedding.
apologize to Zeke for accidentally throwing him off.
Zeke,
Zeke was on my shoulder.
Zeke has a thumbs up on the banner, just like, I'm okay! Ow! Okay, well, I'll say, as all three of y'all are regrouping and heading out, Finwin and Otis, what have y'all been doing?
Oh, I really love that bit right there, Mrs. Finwin. So tell me more about Mr. Rowland. When did he come into your life and all that? And just like really asking her all kinds of questions.
She's
about
giving as much
Finwin
as
lore.
she's willing at this point, but for some reason Otis has this uncanny way of drawing out a bunch of story that she would normally not tell people. She's basically at this point given him her entire backstory from being a royal in the Feywild to meeting Roland and marrying him, up until she realized that Roland was missing. And then the realization that he wasn't actually missing, he was working for the Green Cliffs, and she has a lot of conflicting feelings right now, and she really kind of just wants to hit him over the head and tell him to communicate for once in his life, because oh my god.
Mm-hmm. I totally understand him. All the while she's telling him this, he's taking careful notes on his little. I totally understand. I've heard that us menfolk can be a little ill versed in the ways of communicating. On behalf of all of us, I'm deeply sorry, Mrs. Finwin. Maybe next time you see him, you can properly bonk him on the head, though. I can help you.
Every time you say something, I feel like I'm gonna cry. Give me a second. Oh, well, I'm sure I can handle him myself, but I'll have to think on that. I could provide some much needed chaos to that interaction.
Mm.
I do wonder how it's going inside. They've been in there for quite a time.
I do as well.
Like, no,
Especially
stop.
given all of their trepidation as into going in beforehand.
Yes, that does have me concerned. Usually especially when the dragons are having issues, it can be quite bad. From what I've heard, anyway.
Mrs. Finwin, while it's just the two of us, do you really understand what all is going on behind that? It's a touch confusing for me still.
I believe I have the gist of it, but well, all of it. I'm fairly certain that I explained most of it, but I'm not entirely certain if it's all explained. From what I understand of it, so they have items that were given to them. Well, they earned it, I believe, through something. I don't remember what they said it was. But these items have dragon souls in them, or dragons attached to them somehow.
Mhm.
And so they can speak to them and such. I assume, anyways, that they can, and from what they've described. So
Right, but I'm thinking a little bit like it almost sounds like it's a cursed item of sorts, and I've done a few readings in my time, and they don't necessarily always end up all hunky dory, as you know what I'm saying. I'm kindly
Oh.
worried about them. I mean,
you
just look at
have
what happened to Laurie before she, well,
yes, it is concerning. But from what I've seen, Laurie was apparently a special case. Even by the other standards, they seem to have a more fear of the dragon that she had bonded with than she did, even than the others did. It's
you're
interesting.
not scared that maybe Maze and Akora might end up exploding one day as well?
Well, not as much. Though, to be fair, I tend to not view things like that. I do understand where that worry can come from, but I have lived a very, very long time. If I spent as long as I have lived worrying about things like that instead of getting to know people or exploring things or just figuring things out for myself, well, I'd likely still be very, very unhappy with where I'm at.
Mm,
It's
I
very likely I never would have even gone on this adventure. I likely would have never gotten married to someone who I actually loved. But it can take a
Oh.
very long time for someone to feel that they are comfortable with letting things be as they are. Have that quiet worry, but still let people live.
I understand you, Mrs. Finwin, and I do appreciate that outlook, but and I mean this is no offense, but I I don't quite have as long as you would have to live.
No, you certainly don't.
So I've got to make up my mind a lot faster than some folks have the luxury of having, unfortunately. So
You do.
I just yeah, I suppose I'm a little scared of them both.
You seem to get along well enough with the Cora, though.
Well, if you look at him, I mean, you can't help but want to hug him.
Very true.
Yeah. I'm the cuddle bug.
We'll say at this point the gates do open, and you see a very no. What do they see, guys? As the three of y'all walk out.
They probably see two very nervous people.
What?
Yeah, more or less.
What? Sorry, I smacked my guitar.
Fitting.
Turn the music!
Sir Reginald
It
off
works.
to the side. Okay. Sorry.
Very, very nervous people.
That's
What? What? What was that? Is that normal?
Breath-
At
Well,
this point,
hold
yeah,
on,
that's
hold
about
on.
it.
Fenwin's gonna like kind of drag Otis up and just like walk over to the group, be like, "Did something happen?"
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say something happened.
Okay,
So
okay.
this one right here, I'm gonna point at Miss. This one, she got all scaly or whatever, and then I said, "Are you all right?" Because I thought that's a bit odd. I've never seen something like that before. And then she pointed at me. She said, "You better start praying," and jumped off a balcony, 20 feet, and she acted like nothing happened.
Well, that wasn't
Okay,
me.
hun.
It
I'm
was
gonna like.
certainly you.
No, that was Aegis.
Okay. Hold on. Hold 1 second. I'm gonna walk over to Romeo and be like, I'm sorry. That was probably really scary and very strange. Would you like to take a second to take a breath and maybe process that a little bit while I ask them what happened?
Oh, we have a story for you.
Ah,
Otis, are you okay?
Otis, breathe. It's okay, breathe. Breathe, it's okay. Take notes if you need to.
what is his problem now?
One
Oh,
moment.
we definitely weren't just talking about you guys exploding. No, not us.
Exploding.
Me
Oh,
too.
okay.
Chris, baby.
They didn't explode, I'll tell you that much.
Well, I can, but that's not important.
You. Sorry.
Told ya.
Well, I have
Oh,
quite a
this is-
resistance to
I
fire. I
didn't
can
sit
just throw a
on the
fireball on my
ground.
leg. I've done it before.
Yeah, she does.
You,
Quiet.
you've what? You've exploded before.
Well, I more or less shot the fireball. Oh, it doesn't matter. It's not
Kill
important.
yourself,
We have
huh?
more pressing
It
matters.
doesn't matter.
Yeah. At this point, Fenman is going to look straight up and just start like actively praying in like oh my gosh. What's the Feywild language called again? I can't remember it now.
Sylvan.
Yeah.
Sin.
Sylvan. She's gonna actually start praying in Sylvan and just look up at the sky and like start walking around in circles and be like, these children are going to drive me up the goddamn wall. I swear. Like, are you kidding me? I try to adopt children, they all have issues, and now oh my god. Seriously, 20 feet? What were they thinking? What the
Ugh, I'm gonna die.
And you were talking to that dragon in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that
You
this
can do
Simon
that.
turns around and I say, I'm
If-
sorry, what?
Well, dragons have their own language, so if you speak,
Oh,
Well, I know
common,
that.
yeah, Fenwin's, we found out exactly what our dragons were worried about. And it was in there.
Alright.
So,
First, we need to catch that one up. And I point to Romeo and be like, we need to catch that one up on what is going on with you two. Because that was probably very scary and
Oh,
very
definitely.
strange.
imagine how we feel right now.
I don't doubt it. But let's get everyone on the same page on that aspect at least. And then we can go over what you three saw in there.
Gotcha. Okay, so basically with us is that we have magic weapons that give us the ability to resist fire, and we essentially have dragon spirits inside of our stuff.
that was a very, very rudimentary way of putting it. And also, it's not necessarily weapons. His is a shield, mine is a ring.
Hey, you could beat people with a shield.
Well, I
Okay.
did. True.
Okay. Quick.
So your shield is a dragon.
Yes, pretty much. His name's Malaria.
Basically, Amaze's outlet ring, it's changed forms recently. That's also a dragon.
Yeah.
So, I'm assuming what you saw was probably those dragons. Okay, no, what did she see? What was happening?
So
Why were you
what
so
happened-
scaly?
No.
What?
You be quiet.
Okay.
So, there was some gross little husk of a man. He walked in. He had a dragon egg, I guess, and it was some big deal, I suppose, because it was all changing colours and whatnot. And then Maze just fell on the floor, and when she got up, she was covered in scales. She threatened me, I think.
No, that was a warning. Igris wasn't threatening you. I think he likes you, actually. I'm not going to lie.
That's equally as concerning.
No, it's
And-
probably better that way.
Okay. And then jumped off the balcony we were on, and then ran up to the dragon, and Akora also did the same, and they started, like, mumbling some I guess it's the language of dragons. And they, like, bowed to it. And then they got wings, like, sprouted out their backs.
It was cool.
Do I notice at this point that Maze's clothing is like torn?
Oh yeah.
And then they
Like-
said some other things. I don't know what they were saying. And then they got up and the Empress picked up the dragon and was like, "This is the Matriarch. I'm bonded with it. Dragons, yes."
I love how she's describing this.
So yeah, we found what it was
Yeah.
talking about. Power
Do I
spike.
know what they mean by dragon matriarch?
I don't think you would.
Might as well ask.
What's up? Say that again. Sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, I
Ask.
wasn't paying attention.
Do I know, like, have I at least heard stories of what a dragon matriarch is?
From your background, no. You would
Okay.
not have any idea.
Alright. Alright. Thank you, Romeo. And then she takes a deep breath and turns to face head on to Maze and is like, explain.
So,
Full terms, please.
according to Igris and Valerian, by all means, it shouldn't exist. Goblin. Dragon matriarchs are very strong beings that align dragons and usually usher in an age of dragons, I think. And the Black Empress seems to have control of one.
Okay.
Mace, at this point, you do hear Igris's voice graces your mind and goes, "We should probably take this conversation elsewhere, and Valeria and I can catch everybody up to speed a lot better."
Okay, that sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
Igris is suggesting we take this elsewhere.
I would be inclined to agree.
Maybe wise. And then she's gonna, she's gonna turn to Otis. Otis, you have, mending spells, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you think you could mend Maze's clothes so she's not having to walk in torn clothes?
Oh,
That would be wonderful.
if they allow it, I suppose.
Why would I not allow it?
Oh my goodness.
I just
Otis,
don't
we can. Otis, take a deep breath. Can you take a deep breath, please? Very good. I promise. It's okay. They are not going to hurt you. They will not explode. You are safe. Please just mend their clothing.
To be fair, Maze, I mean, it would be kind of cool to see it again in action. I'd love to study it, but I don't necessarily want to see it. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
Maze, you hear Igris's voice graces your head and goes, "I know we're going to have a serious conversation in a little bit about what's going on. But can I mess with them just real fast?"
Oh. Maze's probably looks like she's constipated. Making faces. You're like, I don't know if that's the best idea, but I'm gonna do it. And Maze is gonna, when Otis kind of comes close to go, it's gonna go, boo! Otis, it's fine.
Edwin at this point is going to start cussing, like, vehemently, and so she's just full on, she's so done.
No, Otis is fine. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. No more questions. Case closed. And I'm just gonna start like moving the fabric together and casting mending.
Okay. As you do that, the I'm assuming y'all gonna head somewhere else.
Yes.
Where in particular would y'all like to head to?
Oh, now I need to look at them.
You know,
Oh, we're still at the castle map. Okay.
I don't really know of a place we could go that would be like
oh, right.
low key.
Throw y'all all back there.
No, never mind.
What do you think, Otis?
Well, what if we took just, just for the giggles of it, it left this place again where we found Romeo and just kept on going?
Oh.
You want to leave?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I don't know if we should do that just yet, but we will definitely be leaving soon, I think.
Yes. Perhaps finding an inn at the town might suffice. I don't know how private Igris is wanting this.
Oh, that's a good idea. Maybe they have some other special juice that we shadowed the night.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, honey. Oh, I totally forgot to tell you. That was alcohol.
Oh no, I
Yeah,
think that alcohol would have you smelt a little bit wilder.
Oh, this that was a very special kind of alcohol. That's the kind that you can get unknowingly drunk on.
And it made you like more willing to talk. You came and had a whole conversation with me.
Oh.
Which is very helpful.
Otis, you were very inebriated.
I'm gonna just go over and hug him.
Oh. That's nice. Thank you, Flora.
Otis, you don't remember?
Do I remember Sam?
People were very drunk. I don't know.
When in doubt, make a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
Oh.
Not a clue.
No, not really. I remember that we all had a very
Oh
yeah, you woke up
beforehand.
I think I woke up with you cuddling me.
No, you definitely woke up in my tent.
That was not your tent. That was a chorus tent.
Oh. But, okay.
You were,
Was it unpleasant, at least?
Oh.
Yeah.
When Otis says he doesn't remember, Maze looks a little disappointed.
Aww. Honey. Okay. Yeah, that was alcohol. It was a kind of wine. You were very drunk.
It was very funny.
Well, wait. I would love to be very drunk. So,
anyway,
I think we should go
in. Go find an inn. Or is that what Igris? Is that something that Igris thinks that would work, or do we need to find something else?
Igris graces your mind, Maze, and goes, "For the love of God, just find some place that all y'all can lay down."
As long as we can lay down. And
hey,
it's private.
We're going to find an inn. Going to an inn. Oh, heavens help me! And then Fenwin turns to walk towards the village.
Yeah, and as everybody else leaves, I'm gonna kind of lean in and whisper to Romeo, "Don't worry, Dog and I are not part dragon."
You look down at Dog, the mechanical bear, and you're just like, mm.
Good to know. And the other one, the other elf.
Oh no.
Okay. Well, at least that's half of you, who I can somewhat trust.
Oh, honey.
y'all head down on the dirt path, trying to figure out what the fuck just happened. And sure enough, y'all make it to town and quickly find an inn. And y'all do find one in town, and we'll go ahead and save all the filler stuff and go. You do book a room at the request of Igris, who says y'all just need to find a place where y'all can lay down comfortably. He did say that I would prefer it to be a shared room. So if y'all are willing to bunk up, y'all can get a two bedroom room, or y'all can get cough up a little bit more money and get a 4 bedroom room. Y'all's call. Excuse me, 5 bedroom room. Math.
I don't mind bunking.
Bunking is fine.
Yeah. That was good.
Fine.
Anchor the thing in the wrong spot.
If it would make you two more comfortable, I'm willing to bunk with these two. You two can share the other room.
Oh, I'm fine with whatever.
Okay.
I don't want to be a bother.
Not at all. Don't worry about it. Yes, we'll do a 2-bedroom room.
Okay. The goblin behind the counter, as I'm checking my notes, goes like, "All right, that'll be 1 silver, please."
All right. So Fenwin will pull out 1 silver and hand it to the goblin.
He'll snatch it out of your hand and goes, "Oh, thank you," and then just runs off. And then you see a bugbear owner comes by and goes, "Oh, do you want to book a room?"
He just takes the gold.
Oh.
Yes, please.
Oh,
Is that a goblin one of yours or no?
I think we just got robbed.
what goblin?
Exactly.
Yes, we just got robbed.
Oh,
It was a silver.
It's silver. It's fine.
Wait.
I just feel very stupid.
then see
Sir,
him pull out a giant mallet and goes, "Oh, I don't like thieves. I'll be right
What?
back."
Oh.
Go
hold on.
away.
Don't you need the more information to find them?
You
I
said
believe it.
you said goblin, right?
Yes, I believe it was the mind
I
goblin.
go smash many goblins.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It was just a silver. Nothing is hurt but my pride.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh.
Eventually, y'all do get a room. I just threw that in just to fuck with y'all. Y'all do get a room for a 2-bedroom.
10 psychic damage. There we go. Yep.
Fucking mind goblin.
Fenwin is just done. Fenwin is done.
Alright.
Okay.
Again, cussing and praying in Sylvian into her hands. Just
In
so done with
Sylvian.
everything.
And we haven't even
Oh,
gotten
yeah.
to the important
It's
talks.
not Sylvian.
Sylvan.
Sylvan.
Sylvan. I was like, Sylvian's a Pokemon.
Anyways, as y'all make it to y'all's room and to bed, y'all get position and begin laying down wherever y'all want to lay down.
Assume
And
the position.
assume the position, wherever that may be.
On the floor, as close to the door as I can get.
Very understandable. And
Yeah.
You-
Fenwin has face planted into one of the beds. Whatever bed is closest. She's face down. She's done.
Sheepy.
Maze, you hear Egris's voice enters your mind and goes, "Okay, this is going to be strenuous at best. So please bear with it, Maze, because Valerian did get a boost in power, so we should be able to do this. But we shall see.
Okay.
Just bear with the pain.
Great. Okay.
As soon as you say respond to that, your brain is immediately hit with like someone jabbing a ice pick through your brain. Like they're just stabbing deeper and deeper into your brain, and you just clench up, and you're just trying to withstand the pain. And Agora, you hear Valerian graces your mind and goes, "All right, Agora, I'm not gonna pussyfoot it around. This is gonna hurt like a bitch. Like, it's gonna be really bad. So,
It'll be worse than what we just experienced.
no,
Then we'll be fine.
if you say so." And after that, you get hit with the same pain that Maze is going through, just an ice pick just stabbing through your head. And soon, you suddenly feel the sensation from both of y'all lessen as you feel something seem to just click in your mind. And suddenly, y'all can hear each other's thoughts. Like, Akora, you can hear Maze's thoughts as it bounces. It sounds like it's going through, like, it sounds like Maze is speaking down a long hallway that's, like, echoing their voice. And soon, you suddenly feel your consciousness goes out and your vision goes black as y'all have been transported into y'all's respective realms. With Maze, you going to Egris's cave, and Akora, you going to Valerian's forest. And as y'all wake up in there, you then see a large, I would say about 8 feet tall, what looks to be like a glass door or a glass mirror. And on the other side, you can see the other realm. So, Akora looking through, you can see Maze's realm and Maze vice versa. And the two dragons can see each other, and they look panicked. They look a bit stressed. And you see they both go, "Okay, now for the really difficult part.
Ellison, I'm assuming?
We gotta get the others." Alright. And Valerian looks at Igris. "You ready, brother?" And Igris just nods and goes, "More ready than you are. Alright, let's go." The familiar sharp pain enters both of y'all's mind as one by one, Romeo, Finwin, and Otis, you feel a sharp pain just stabs through y'all's mind, like something is trying to break into y'all's mind, like just something's trying to force their way in. And I'll ask the three of y'all, are y'all allowing this?
Were we warned at all that this was coming?
Nope.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Should have.
I'm trying to think what Fenwa would do in this situation. I feel like Fenwa was just so done. She's like, you know what? Fuck it. Whoever's coming in can probably handle this better than I can. And so she just lets it happen.
Okay.
That was just so resistant.
Otis and Romeo, you are resisting?
Yeah, if I don't know what's happening.
If I don't know what's happening and I just met these people, absolutely.
Very fair. Okay. And both of y'all make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, good. My +0 will help me.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
Oh! Yeah, Romeo gets dragged in there anyway.
Just gonna take a clip of that.
My +0 will help me. Nat
My
one.
plus. I'm so used. I had like a +6 as Laurie to wisdom save.
All right. So,
Like a smart character now, doesn't it?
Otis, you clamp down and raise your mental defenses. You're not letting anything end because you don't know what the fuck is going on. So you just clamp down and hold on the walls as you feel something just keeps banging against your wall, like the wall, and you feel the pain just intensifies as something seems to be repeatedly banging against the wall. Romeo, you blink and you're somehow in a void, along with Finwin, and you're just looking around, just like, what the fuck? And you look down, and you see that you're standing on something, but below your feet, there's just nothing.
Well, that's not terrifying at all.
Like, you only see Finwin, who is right next to you, and you see two giant glass walls on either side of y'all.
Okay,
Alright then.
this is not what I expected. I thought we were just gonna talk.
I don't know what I expected, honestly. Everything that happens with these dragon items are very strange.
Yeah, I'll say.
You'll suddenly hear
Oh, you don't know
a
that
deep masculine voice just seems to shake the environment around you, and you hear, "I would be careful with what you say."
Scream.
As you look over, you see in one mirror wall, it seems to clear up, and on the other side, you see what looks to be an interior of a cave. And the first thing you see is a huge red dragon who seems to just his wings are like flared out and just seems to be staring down both of y'all and just locking eyes with y'all with its orange eyes just locking onto y'all, and just goes, "You should be grateful I'm even speaking to both of y'all to make sure you understand the type of shit we are all in." And you hear another voice comes in, and another somewhat similar deep voice, not as deep as the other one, but similar masculine voice, and goes, "Igris, please. You're gonna make them piss themselves. It wouldn't be the first time you did that to someone, but as funny as that would be, we invited them here. Although I am having difficulties trying to get one in particular. So,
To be fair, you gave us absolutely zero warning that this was happening.
Call that an invitation?
oh,
You know, usually invitation you can accept it or you can reject it.
oh,
You know.
please, little tiefling, you basically walked into it. So, you better prep your mental defenses better next time." As y'all look over onto the other side, and you see on the other wall seems to open up to a beautiful looking orange forest that seems to stretch on for miles. And you see what looks to be an orange colored dragon that just seems to be laying down on its, much like a cat, and with its head raised, just staring at y'all. And it just seems to be looking down on both of y'all.
Fanon has a very unimpressed, done with life look on her face.
Like, trying to hide behind Fenman, but not have it look like I'm hiding behind Fenman.
No, Fenwin is very much so. Very done. She's very done. Trying to figure out what to respond to first. That was the problem. At this point, can she figure out, like, she knows that the red one is Ikris. Does she figure out that the other one is Akora's.
Also, I think I forgot to mention, like the last time, since Valerian got a hold of that, since I had a hold of that black energy, Valerian scales started turning a little black too.
Yes, and that would appear near the center of his forehead.
Yes.
Thank you for keeping
Have I
canon.
figured out at this point that the other one is Valerian?
I'll say, based on assumption, yeah, you can make a good educated guess that the other one might be possibly be Valerian.
Okay. Alright. She's going to first turn to Ikris. And in a very, like, unimpressed tone, she's going to be... If you would like to take that kind of attitude, then perhaps you could have just decided to do this in the way of taking over their bodies to explain it to us. I understand that this is all very impressive, but I don't think that panicking the rest of us was particularly a wise choice. By any means is the fact that Otis is still not here, and we were not warned that this was happening. I don't know what you expected. Also, do I not speak the truth in that everything that happens with you two is insanity? Every experience I've had with a dragon item so far has either been a threat on my life or a threat on others' lives. I don't know what you wanted me to expect.
You see,
Am I there too?
by this point, y'all would both of y'all would be walking out from behind y'all's respective dragon. Like they quickly rush up to the glass wall just to stare at Finwin and Romeo.
Maze would look at you guys and be like, she has a point.
You see, Igris looks at you, Maze, before looking back at you, Finwin, and goes, "Oh, I do apologize that how the humanoids say you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Excuse us for not controlling a peaceful first encounter with technically my kind. We apologize."
I can just imagine Valerian going, I don't.
Valerian's just all like, "Oh, my brother's in a mood."
I do wonder how Maze puts up with you.
To be fair, he's usually not this angry, so this just kind of, I shouldn't say angry. He kind of is usually angry prickly. This just shows you the weight of the circumstances.
He does have scales, so I can't see why he'd be prickly.
Oh, shut up.
Nah, you see Igor just shakes his head and goes, "Now, give me a moment and let me see if I can drag the human into this conversation. Because
Good luck with that.
whether we like it or not, we're going to need everybody to understand what exactly is going on. And that human, as short of a lifespan as he has, yeah, he could... What can I say? I like a good wizard. Why do you think I'm with this one? Now, quiet everybody. Let me concentrate.
You don't want me to try sending him a message? Maybe that'll work.
Otis, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh my god.
Ha!
Oh, there we go.
What was it?
It was a 4.
You suddenly, as the mention of that, you suddenly see Otis seem to have appeared out of nowhere, but not only that, seem to have slammed against the glass wall. As Otis, it seemed like you were just dragged into this weird realm in between both glass walls, and as you get slammed into the wall, you fall down onto this nothing void floor, and you pop yourself up, and you see Igris goes, "Oh, I thought you had tougher mental defense, so I was being more forceful.
I'm just going to kind of walk over and like check him over. Are you okay? That's a lot.
I don't know why, but I find these noises to be really funny.
Okay. Yeah. 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 And Fallon's gonna kind of just like pick him up and like kind of hold him steady as she can. Be like, yeah, this is happening. Be like, congratulations, you traumatized the child.
Is the child in the room with us?
Oh, how sweet boy.
Oh, you are so smart, but no, so dumb. I love you so much. Okay, come, we're gonna talk here. Perhaps introductions for Otis are in order.
Oh, no. Excuse me. Otis is gonna get down onto his knees and say, "It's a pleasure meeting you, great, Aegis and Valerian.
Don't feed their egos too much.
You see Boat
How do you
Dragon.
do?"
You see Boat Dragon just lean back and goes, "Oh, finally, a mortal with proper respect. All right.
And the
like-
value of my life, after all.
Otis, you're going to be insufferable now. How could you?
I like this one."
Akers, you're enjoying this way too much, aren't you?
Well, of course. You give me back, chat, and that elf over there is seconds away from me burning her to a crisp. So it's nice to get some proper
Please
respect.
do.
Mom.
She kind of just yells over the direction. She's like, please do.
Mm.
I'm very
What?
done.
He's gonna make you well done.
Everyone dies at this point. She's like, oh my god. How long did it take you to think of that one, Maze?
Just that moment. I'm a fucking genius, as you are aware.
Let's get
I
to
see
the
now
topic
why you
of
just made it along
hand.
so well.
Let's get to the topic at hand, shall we? You see Egris just tilting its head and just lets out a low growl before. Let's see. Let's go over what just happened. You see, he snaps his fingers, and for Finwin and Otis, to y'all, it looks like the void around y'all suddenly change, and it looks like besides the two glass walls on either side, y'all see that the void is filled with the throne room, and it looks like it's basically like a video that's being played, but like in virtual reality. And you see you see the platinum dragon with all 6 of its wings extended and looking around, and seems to be in a freeze frame. And you see Egris points over to it and goes, "That shouldn't exist. That is a dragon matriarch." To explain it a bit better, a dragon matriarch. Maze, you will find this interesting due to your research in the particular magic that you use. This thing has never existed before, but we all know it to be true. Frankly, it got to a point where I started believing it was just a simple myth. A dragon matriarch is a dragon egg that is blessed by one of the dragon gods, either Tiamat or Bahamut. Those are especially rare kind of dragons, because depending on who they got blessed by, those dragons become a matriarch for either Tiamat or Bahamut.
Oh god, I hope.
and they can lay multiple colors of eggs, meaning they are not set to just one type of dragons. They can breed a whole army of dragons of multiple kinds. And you see Valerian kind of perks up and goes, Egris, that's not the worst part about that creature over there. And you see Egris just goes, from what we can tell, the platinum body is a good indicator that it's been blessed by Bahamut, but the other coloring suggests that it's been blessed by Tiamat as well. That shouldn't be possible. Tiamat and Bahamut would never agreed to share a blessing together for one singular egg. Because that creature now can breed not only metallic dragons, but also chromatic dragons.
So what you're saying is we're fucked.
Ooh, I'm not even done yet. With the birth of a matriarch dragon, every dragon in this realm will be alerted to its presence. There are some dragons that will come here and either pledge themselves to the mother to usher in a new golden age of dragons, or there might be some that will come here to kill it, because a matriarch has the ability to impose their will on other dragons of their respective brood. So, if that matriarch wanted, I'm not sure about Valerian and my situation, since we are dragon items and we are bounded to our wielder, but I wouldn't put it past it that matriarch can basically take over our bodies. Meaning, take over mazes and, of course, bodies as well, since they are bound to us.
Wait, is that what happened with us there, or was that you two doing it?
That was us. And Valerian steps and cuts in and goes, we were debating what to do, whether to outright attack and kill the matriarch, or pledge ourselves to it so it doesn't look our way again. Honestly,
I think that was the smarter option.
Honestly, agreed, because that matriarch wasn't the only problem there, because that empress somehow knows how to form a draconic bond. That knowledge was lost through time. That is a ritual that hasn't been ushered in thousands upon thousands of years, when more dragons are roaming the world.
I've had a stroke. Great Valerian and wonderful Egris. Do you suppose this sort of incantation is something that the creator himself was using in order to put your souls into such powerful items?
Heavens, no. The creator, well, may have used a variant ritual of some of that similar bind spell. Maybe a variant, but not exact. Because with a draconic bound, it's basically tying the dragon's lifespan to whoever they bounded with's lifespan. So, say for that human woman that bounded herself, she basically gave up her expected lifespan for the Matriarch. I don't know why she did that, since humans don't have that long of a lifespan to begin with. But
Something tells me there's more to it.
I don't believe that she would have done that without good cause or something we're not seeing.
either way, we do have a problem. Because matriarch dragons, they don't grow up as fast as the rest of us, but they will, I guess you can say, mature a lot faster. Meaning in about, I would give it about a year, depending on how much more lifespan the Empress wants to give her, give the matriarch. I'll say in about a year, that dragon will be able to lay its first egg.
Jesus.
Oh, eggs. Clutches.
Wonderful. More
And
problems.
it is only possible that this is a bad thing.
Tiamat and Bahamut have left this realm to bicker among themselves, usually sending champions and cult members at each other to more or less in spite of each other. So, for a dragon egg, a matriarch, to get blessing from both, it just doesn't feel right.
The green couple can't was somehow forced to compromise.
I would love to see someone try to force Tiamat to do whatever they want.
Is it possible this has something to do with the fact of the forgotten odds that we released inadvertently?
You see Igris just leans in and goes, "A forgotten god being awoken could send unknown ripples throughout the realms, so I wouldn't rule it out."
Sorry.
Maybe
Forgotten
united.
God.
Oh, that's.
Oh.
Long story.
Unless you know the
Actually, it's probably better we don't tell you that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of long stories that you're not telling me.
Yeah, that one specifically is easier
Forget
controlled if
her,
we don't
can't.
tell you.
Yeah.
It's actually much safer for everyone involved if we don't tell
long
you about
story
that one.
short, you'll die if we tell you. So,
Yeah.
Well, probably.
Very happy not knowing then.
yeah. We won't kill you, but whatever with that. Yeah. You know what I mean.
Your safety is not guaranteed if we tell you.
Okay, anywho, back to the issue at hand. The
So-
fuck are we gonna do about this?
This feels like another rock in a hard place kind of situation.
You see Valerian kind of shuffles up and goes, "Well, there are two ways we can go about this, realistically, I would say. And whichever choice we do highly depends on what all of you think of this Black Order thing, this organization. A matriarch dragon that's bounded to an individual have the chance to give that individual great power. I mean, if the matriarch lives long enough, this empress will eventually have an army of dragons at her beck and call. So, there are two ways we can think about this. Either the matriarch fell into arguably the right hand to unite this whole country, and under her banner, under her rule, and y'all can decide whether that's a good thing or not. Or we can try to plan on assassinating this matriarch. So this matriarch's potential threat, uh, I don't know, the Empress can use those said army of dragons to burn the whole world. Potentially, I should say. So we can try to assassinate this matriarch. The only issue is, I don't think Igris and I can physically harm her. And if
It would have to be one of us three. I don't
Alright.
have a dragon item.
I personally don't want to anger this Empress. She scares me.
Indeed.
Mace, why was there such tension between, well, specifically Laurie, but I assume other members of the original party? Oh, with the Black Empire.
We the tension isn't because of any great thing or anything that happened. It was anything special had happened. I assume the tension came. We became unsure following the group because of the way that some of their people acted, specifically Matahari and her connection with the Dragon Items creator, and we just became unsure of alliances with them. That's where the tension comes from. But I don't know if I really, as much as I don't think a creature like that needs to live, tentatively now it is on our side. And weighing the two things against them, a dragon matriarch or a loose god, I'm gonna take fighting and dealing with the loose god first. And this may be a way to do that more effectively.
That's a point.
As unfortunate as it is, and as uneasy as I am about the situation, it seems that having a united continent and having that big of an army would be very helpful in attempting to defeat this god.
Yes, the only part that worries me is that is very much like what it seemed to want.
Yes, especially since it went after Pillion, who he himself said it would take upwards of multiple armies to have a chance at defeating him.
Yes, I have an inkling of why it specifically chose him. I don't think the fact that he was an archfey was the reason. I think he's looking to sow discourse between our realm and the Feywilds, and use that to give him the most bloody conflict he could ever ask for.
So it may be wise to perhaps next head to the Feywild and attempt to smooth over the tension.
Yes. Good look to get allies before. But my only worry is going there means we encounter him.
Yes.
And that, I don't know if we're ready to handle him.
Well, it would take us a long time to get to a point where we could even enter, and we would have to talk to the entirety of the Elven Court, I assume, in order to even see the rift.
I don't think they'd even let any of us weirdos in there except maybe you.
I doubt they would even let me in. And we would have to actively convince them that it is a matter of life or death that we enter there for the entire world. Which means we likely need to get a lot more allies and a lot stronger.
I have some ideas as well, but maybe I should sleep on them.
Mm. Yes.
Hey. Oh boy.
We seem to have gotten ourselves into
Quite the pickle.
that's
Admittedly,
worth
this
it.
time I don't think we got ourselves into this. I think this was happening regardless. This
Yes.
wasn't our fault for once.
We've just added more difficulties on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, tentatively, we leave the dragon be.
Yes, for now.
Mostly because it will be very helpful if they are truly wanting to unite kingdoms.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully we keep an alliance with them to attempt to persuade the Empire to help us defeat this lost god when we get to that point. And
Yes, I
then
think
we figure out our next steps perhaps in the morning.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Egress and Valerian,
Mm-hmm.
do you have anything to add to that? I'd like to believe that you are a part of this decision as well.
You see, Icarus speaks first and goes, by our draconic nature, we have the natural instinct to care for the matriarch, to make sure she thrives. Because we both know that the matriarch will usher in a golden age for dragons and will fill the land with more dragons. Whether that'll be a good thing or a bad thing to everybody else, we cannot say. So, personally, I have bonded, not a draconic bond, but I have bonded far enough to be by Maze's side for the rest of her lifetime. So I'm not going anywhere. I will follow whatever Maze decides because I am literally her right hand, and I can only do so much by myself. Man,
Mm-hmm.
you see,
Evan
you see
nods.
Valerian pops up and goes, well, I might not have as strong as a protective instinct that my brother has, but it is still there. I want to make sure the new age of dragons comes in beautifully. But, like my brother so romantically said, I like this one. And he points out on Okora. He's fun. I like what he's been doing, wielding me around and giving me more power. So I mean, I'm here to protect him, however way possible. And the more fun it is along the way, what's the harm in that?
Fun of exploring if you can't have a little bit of fun.
Mm-hmm.
At this, Fenwin kind of loses the disinterested look on her face and genuinely smiles. Nods and then, alright. Then it is decided. We table a discussion of the next steps for the morning.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
We could all use a rest after that.
Absolutely. Romeo, you do not have to stick with us if you do not wish to. But if you'd like, I believe that there is opening if you'd like.
I mean, hearing all this, I really don't think it's something I can just walk away from.
We'd be delighted to have you.
Of course.
You're my new sister after all.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure
Certainly am.
he adopted you already. That's sweet. Say the word adoption and Fenwin's ears perk up.
Oh, absolutely. Fenwin is kind of thinking about the logistical fact that she's technically also adopted dragons on top of this whole situation. So,
Good luck telling them that.
oh, they won't accept it, but she's going to think that anyway.
As everyone
I don't care.
As everyone concludes this little meeting, and you see the dragons nod their head, you see Igris just goes, well, sleep well. And you see he snaps his fingers, and suddenly Otis, Finwin, and Romeo, it suddenly feels like the floor underneath y'all just gives out, and y'all begin falling into this black empty void as y'all lose consciousness. And Igris and Valerian kind of just look down, seeing the three individuals fall through, and look at each other. You see you both give a nod before the mirrors shatter. And as everybody gets drift off to sleep, Maze in the court, do you have anything to say to y'all's dragons? We'll start with Maze.
Aegis,
Mm-hmm.
with what we know, regarding this matriarch, do you think she separates us?
I'd be lying if I said with 100% confidence it's impossible. But I also thought it was impossible to see a matriarch blessed by Tiamat and Bahamut. So,
True.
if anything, I will give the Mighty Mother a hell of a fight if she tries to separate me from you.
It's good to know.
And worst case scenario, I do have a way. I believe I have a strong enough will by this point where I can at least self-destruct myself.
So we can explode.
Well, more me. I might take your arm with me, but
Well, that is a absolute last-ditch effort. Because I'd rather her take you and the chance to get you back than automatically jumping to that.
And to that, I have to respond. What if that vision of me burning on you comes to be because you didn't want me to kill myself?
Well, let's just hope we don't come to that one, right? We've got 2 other ones. So far, anyways.
As you say, Mace, I am by your side.
I don't plan to be at the mercy of anything anymore. I'm kind of tired of fate telling me what I must do.
It is an interesting journey to watch you go through.
A journey is, I feel like, an understatement.
As a dragon who's been alive for countless ages and countless thousands of years, I have seen many things. I have seen empires rise, I have seen empires fall. I have seen the smallest, tiniest humanoid rise to the height of the gods. I have seen a lot of things. And in my years, I have learned life is a journey. Many stops, destination, many bumps in the road. But it is up to the person going through the journey to decide ultimately if the journey was worth it at the end. The more I get to know you, young Maze, the more I'm realizing that you have great potential. You have a great drive to keep pushing you forward. And I have a feeling you're gonna uncover magic the likes no one has ever seen.
I think that's part of the reason why we're in this mess. It's kind of what I'm gathering from.
But think of it like this. Even if you're unintentionally corrupting history, you have still made it. And you see, gives you a smirk. And as he's like locking eyes with you, I need you to make me an insight check real fast. Okay. Not bad. As you're looking into Igris's eyes, you're noticing there's something different. Like it's hard for you to tell. But these are Igris's eyes. But they don't appear to be the same Igris that you're used to. And you see Igris just gives you a smile. And it seems like he recognized what you're thinking and goes, Until next time, Maze, have a good dream. And you see he snaps his fingers and you fall through the floor and drift off into unconsciousness.
Didn't like that.
Akora, anything you want to say to Valerian?
Actually, I've not been able to think of a single damn thing because I was too distracted by what they were doing.
I don't know. It's probably fine.
He became so invested he forgot he was involved.
Yeah.
It's fair. No worries. So, it's just simple. You just nod to Valerian, and Valerian nod to you. Then he snaps his fingers, and you also drift off into the black empty void. As everyone drifts off into a sleep, settling in for the night, we will go ahead and end tonight's session there.
Oh, Jesus.
My goodness.